Hello everyone. All right. Hello beautiful people. Welcome once again to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time you're tuning in, make sure you click the subscription button so that you can join the family, and also turn on your notification bell so whenever I upload new videos you guys are going to be notified. And for my returnees, I love you guys so much. Thank you for the love and the support. On today's video I have somebody wonderful with me. As you all can see, she's right here beside me. She's my friend. Her name is Dr. Peace Saki Oga. Please let's welcome her, guys.
Hello guys, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to get this opportunity to chit chat with you. Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. This video is going to be like a chit chat story time video. For those of you that don't know, I'm a medical doctor and she's also a medical doctor. We're going to be talking about like our impression while we're in Nigeria, when we were coming, like what we thought about you coming to live and to study in Ukraine, like your what you were expecting, and when you got here, like what you felt.
If it was what you expected
exactly, or you were disappointed, like a lot of things. Like our journey so far in Ukraine, like all the ups and downs, like it's going to be like an interesting story chit chat time. So I want you to grab your popcorn, your juice, or maybe coffee, tea, whatever you feel like you want to take, and let's sit down. So actually, let me start from my home. I came to Ukraine like few years ago, actually, like, and you know, like when I don't know why I'm laughing, but you know, like when, like the impression of when, like you heard, like, oh, when your parents told you that, oh, you're going to study abroad. You know, of course, as in like Nigerian people like you, that you've not traveled outside the country before, like how you be so excited, you'll be anticipating, like you really want to, like, oh, when am I going, this and that and stuff. Like I was really happy, and the fact that I was actually coming to abroad not to only come and study one course, like to study like the course of my dream, like what I wanted to be. Like I wanted to actually be a medical doctor. So I'm excited, like I was happy. I'm like, me too. Like Ukraine, I'm like, Ukraine, I've not really heard about Ukraine because Ukraine is not like that popular country like that. But I'm like, anyways, it's still in Europe. Don't worry, we are all the same. We are traveling out. I was happy when I got my admission letter, and then I was preparing to come to Ukraine and all those stuff. Like I was really happy and stuff like that. And later, I got to know that they don't really speak English. You have to learn Russian language or Ukrainian language, the both of them, or any one of the two. But I was like, anyways, people are still there, like foreigners are still there, they could still communicate, and it's not going to be a big deal and stuff like that, you understand?
Especially being that you'll be taught in English language, so it's not really much of a big problem.
Yeah.
Especially being that that's the reason you're here in the first place.
So guys, when I got here, like actually, like when I was about traveling, that was not the first time of me entering plane. That was like my third or second, I can't remember.
Was it domestic you entered?
Yes, normally I used to enter domestic plane. Like it was even during my whole processing when I was traveling to Abuja that I entered plane, like I think once or twice. So, but that was the first time I'm traveling like a whole long journey, because from Nigeria to Ukraine is like about
I think 8 hours.
8 hours, but mine was more than 8 hours because I had 8 hours stopover at Istanbul. Yeah, exactly. So it was like almost like a day for me.
Wow.
You understand, like the stress and everything. But at first I was happy when I entered the plane. The fact that, you know, all this old plane crash, you know, like you know, the way some weird thoughts will come to your head. Hey God, no, I don't want to have brain crash. All these things I was just thinking, but I was like, I was happy, I was excited that, oh, I'm going outside the country, I'm going to Europe, blah blah blah, this, like, I'm not Europe babe, and you understand. And we got to Istanbul. My transition was like 8 hours. I stayed in Istanbul for 8 good hours. Guys, I was starving. I didn't even know like
Why didn't you buy food in the airport?
I didn't know, like, you know, like they used to give you ticket, like, okay, like you need to go and get free food. I didn't even know, you know, when you don't have any idea. It was later on, even to the extent that when I got to Ukraine, the Turkish airline blanket and everything they gave us, I dropped it. I didn't know it was supposed to be my own personal. I was like, hey, I don't want to take anything, no, before they come and carry me and say they deport me back to Nigeria. Like I took plain things. Good. So when I got to Ukraine, actually, like I got to Ukraine in the afternoon. It was during winter time. It was freaking cold. I've heard about like Ukraine is really cold, but I didn't know that was my first time like experiencing like winter ever in my life. When I got to Ukraine, my brother was around. He came to pick me up and stuff like that. Like it was in the afternoon, but because it was winter, like I was
really
everywhere was dark and cold. Like I was wondering like what's happening. Am I in another kind of like world or whatever?
Yeah,
like,
I know during summer it gets dark much later.
Yeah, exactly.
Even around 4 p.m. it's already getting really dark.
Exactly.
So landing that time be like,
and the fact that I saw like the buildings, I was thinking, you know, like expectation in Europe. I was thinking I'll see like fine houses with trees, with gardens. And
were you disappointed?
I was disappointed. I should not lie. I was disappointed, guys, because I'm like seeing total building, like not painted, and I'm. You know what I was thinking in my mind when we were actually traveling, because it was another city I came through. I didn't come through like the city Arkhov, you understand? I came from another city. I came to another city, not Kyiv or this DNK, Dnipro. Yeah. You know, like I was thinking, I was like, oh, maybe this is like a village. We have not gotten to the main city. The main city, yeah. In my mind, I'm helping them to judge, though. And like the main city, there will be like fine houses, like nice place. Now when we got to Arkhov, like when the place, I'm like, which place? I saw the buildings, all of them, they were just like tall. I'm like, God, okay, maybe there's still some places that is fine. Anyways, I'm not saying that there's not some places in Ukraine that is fine. I'm not totally like wrecking this country off, like, but like what you thought, like your expectation, my expectation was so I won't say cut off, it's not cut off in Jesus name, but like but like I was so like disappointed. Like it was not what I was expecting, you understand, guys? So when I now came here, and the fact that they were not even speaking English at all, it was so like I like it awkward for me. You have to start learning the language. There is nobody that either comes to this country that won't learn either Russian or Ukrainian, because that's like the main way you can communicate. If you want to go and buy anything, whether you're going to the grocery store or whatever, to board a car, to board a bus, to enter a taxi, whatever, you need to, you need to at least speak. So like I was going to the language course for a few months. Still I wasn't understanding, because I'm this kind of person that I don't really like, before I could grab languages, like it's usually take me time. I'm not really fast in grabbing languages. Up to now I'm not really perfect. I can say my Ruski is like 50%, not even 50%, let's just say 50%. Let me give myself a pass mark, 50%. Since how many years I've been here, I know it's so shameful, but like guys, you can't imagine, like it's really, for me, for some people it might not be difficult, but for me it's just really difficult for me to like, not like I haven't tried learning them, but it's kind of like difficult for me, you understand? So that's it actually. Okay, I'm talking too much. Please let our guests too, like let her share her experience and everything. Like
okay, so I came here in I think 2012. That's 8 years ago. And well, before I came, I had a lot of expectation, like every other person. I was expecting to see something really different from what I'm used to in Nigeria.
Yeah.
And when I came, I won't say I was disappointed. I wasn't disappointed.
It was just strange, or what?
No, it wasn't strange. I found the place really beautiful. I landed in Crimea. Then Crimea was in Ukraine, not now that they're in Russia. It was beautiful. I saw beautiful places. I was happy. I loved to take pictures of the beautiful things I saw. And even when I left Crimea to Ternopil, it was so beautiful. Yes, it was beautiful. I was happy, and one good thing about where I schooled, Telepi State Medical University, and the teachers are very good in English language, so I didn't really have much problem with the language. And the first and second year I spent, part of my subjects was Ukrainian language, so I was able to learn pretty fast to, relate to people, get along, go to market, just learn the basics initially.
Yeah, exactly.
I think something about language is not really about learning it as a subject. Learning as a subject will just help you, know maybe basic things. But having to have a conversation when you relate to people that can speak, maybe like Ukrainian, so having to relate to people that speak Ukrainian language helped me in developing how much I can speak. Well, studying medicine is not easy. It's not actually easy. So well that's the part I'll say, okay, really stressed me, but it's worth it. Dealing with human life is not something to joke with or to jeopardize with. And if you're thinking of studying medicine, I advise you to make sure you have the passion. Have the passion for for helping people generally, have empathy, be able to feel what other people are feeling, so you will not get weary. Because if you come to study medicine for a different reason, you could get really discouraged early, because it comes to a lot of responsibilities, a lot of sacrifices.
Like when I came to Ukraine and during the course of like going to school, I understand like some of our teachers actually could speak English, but their English is not really that like good like that, you understand. Some of them, like, they don't speak English like perfectly. Like they can, I'm not saying they're not trying, but I don't know about your school, but my school, Karazin, like there are some teachers that basically can speak English, but there are some ones that not really so good like that. Like at first, like when you got here to Ukraine, your first time, like few times you attended classes, how was it? Was it strange? And our own type of like the way they teach us the way they teach us here in Ukraine, like you have to read. I don't know about Nigerian school. I was schooled in Nigeria, but I didn't really spend a lot of time like school in Nigeria. But you have to like read ahead of your class. You understand? Because you might come to class. You're supposed to have lectures, right? But you're coming to class for module. So if you have not prepared, you understand? If you're not prepared, like a day before or days before, even that morning, I'm sorry, you're getting 0. All those things, like, but you have to read ahead of the class, because when you're after the old slides, you're definitely going to do a test, and sometimes the test is like our attendance, you understand. That's how some teachers basically do that also. Like at first when I joined the class, like it was kind of strange for me, because I'm like it was strange, and also at first like it was strange for me, like, but after a while like I started adapting. Actually it's good because it makes you to be independent. For students that wants to be serious, it makes you be independent, and for you to be able to like read on your own and stuff like that,
and be able to plan your life by yourself.
Yes,
because you don't want to be withdrawn from school. You also have to fit into the curriculum, and you also have to pass. Because medical school is not like every other.
It's not.
If you're not doing well, immediately you're out. You're dealing with human life. So having to fix your time, having to arrange yourself, having to also pass and do well so you could go to the next level, you need to be a well-organized person. Maybe when you just come newly, it could be a bit difficult for you, but you quickly adjust.
Yeah, exactly. And also, like, have you ever experienced any like racism like issue, being the fact that you've been in Ukraine all this while? Like,
well, I think everywhere there's a bit of this is my person. Even in Nigeria, in Nigeria we have this tribalism. Some people, not everybody, but when it comes to racism, being that so much violence, I didn't experience any of that. But there were friendly Ukrainians that were excited to see. I'm happy to see this foreigner, try to relate with you, get to know you more. But there are also other people that are a bit reserved and prefer to relate with their own more, but no like serious violence here and there.
I've not experienced serious violence, but like I've experienced few racism. Like some of them, like there was one experience I used to work like night job, like stroke morning. Like I ordered a taxi from a taxi company. The taxi came and I can't really remember what happened. Maybe because of change or whatever. Like the man was screaming, like was saying, and like I had to like report to the taxi company. Like, I'm like, this guy, you would know from his face, like from his attitude, that he's a racist. He literally told me that it was during winter. He literally told me that he would drop me in the middle of road around 2 a.m. in the night. He would drop me. He parked the car. I'm like, what kind of something is this? So like those kind of things like have literally happened. The bus drivers also too, they even do it very well in this queue that I stay. The bus driver will see you. You tell him to stop. He won't stop. He will move and go. It's part of racism, guys. What do you think? It's part of racism.
Maybe it is with you.
No, it's part of racism. Or like one has even happened to me. Like a Ukrainian person is at the front, and when that person entered, I was like some inch away from. I was trying to run, and you saw me at the window. I was trying to run like and come and meet you, and you close the door and go. What I was saying, like that people were telling him like, oh, like you should stop. You went so. Those kind of thing. Anyway, me, I'm not this kind of person that I put all these things to add, because I'm like, it's everywhere. Even in Nigerians, like black do it to their fellow black, so it's normal anyway. So far, like, oh, like there's nothing violent and whatever like regarding to it. I'm just yes, exactly. I'm just maintaining my lane and everything. Like there was a situation that happened to me, like the way they kind of like look at people, especially their children. You know, their children, they don't really like see blacks often like that. You understand?
Yes.
The way they look at people, be like, oh, Choni Devushka. No, black, like I'm speaking Ruski. Choni Devushka. They will be pointing. At first, it was embarrassing for me, but later on, like I'm like, what? Anyway, I'm a celebrity in your country, so
me, I'm not really, when it comes to Ukrainian children,
I think like Telopi is quite small,
and I'm the kind of person that when I see Telopi is small compared to Kyiv, of course, or when I see children, immediately they look at me, even when especially when the parents are not looking. I love to play with them, make funny faces, you know. So they've never really had the time to, you know, tell me stuff, and so I'm really friendly when it comes to kids and children. I wave at them, like some they smile back at me. So
no, like it's not like those children who are like, it's not racism. Like the children are just like surprised to see like a fellow person that is not the same like color as them. You understand? So they are so in shock. They'll be like,
are they happily shocked? Or
they are just, I don't know. Yeah, some of them are scared. Some of them will not even come and touch you. I remember there was one time during summer I traveled to the beach. Like some of them were running. I'm like, why are you running? Are you okay? And some of them were like, there was one like you were coming to touch your body. Oh, class like they're happy to see you. But some they are scared. They will even be crying. They will grab me down, and I'm like, do I look like? I don't understand how I look like.
It's maybe because they're not yet used to.
Yeah. I understand. Yeah, it's true.
I have not worked.
Okay.
I've not worked, you know, any work that is not strictly medical.
Oh, okay.
Most times, okay, I go to the hospital but apart from that, it's already really choked up for me.
So you don't have any other side?
Yeah. So whenever I have any time, I use to rest and prepare for.
Anyways, me, like I have experience in working with various organization, companies and stuff like that. Something not related to medical. You understand?
No, diving here and there, which is very good. And
Actually, like in Ukraine, like there are limited jobs to get, you understand, but like at least you can still find one or two things to do. And I think like even if you're this kind of person that you have ideas like business entrepreneurship ideas, like of course, like, and you have your capital, of course you'll be able to like make moves, you know, when you come to Ukraine. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this our little story time chit chat video. So guys, let's not forget she's also a YouTuber also, so you can go ahead and go check her YouTube channel. She has amazing videos, like educating videos. She talks about what do you talk about basically?
I talk about medical things. I give medical advice. You know, discuss, you know,
medical issues, right?
Yeah, topics that people can relate with. So you should definitely check me out.
Yes, also please just go ahead and show us some loves. I'll be leaving a YouTube link on the description box. Also, I think I'll put it on the screen also, so you can go ahead and just go check it out.
Guys,
sorry if this video is actually long. We don't plan for it to be long, but
is it long?
I don't even know. Maybe
it's not long.
Yeah. So like, hope you guys find it interesting. Like, I hope you guys find it helpful. Like, yeah, more videos is going to come in your ways. And also for those of you that wants to like come to Ukraine, or you're looking for a country to come and study, be it medicine or whatever course you want to study, like, Ukraine is still one of the cheapest and affordable place you can come and study. You understand? So yeah, like, if you need maybe any inquiries about like you coming to Ukraine, of course my Instagram handle is always at the description box. My contact, like my where you can contact me, is basically there. You can always send me message, like agent also too. So I bring people to Ukraine, so
it's something authentic, something reliable, something affordable.
You can always like comment, I say comment, send me message,
going to her DM and she'll
help you. Of course. So that's going to be all. And also like, just prepare your mind, be serious. And those of you that are studying back at home or wherever you're studying, just make sure you focus on your studies, and like, yeah, because that's the main priority. Like, every other thing comes after
education
that. Yes, exactly. So I hope I'll see you guys next in my video.
And don't forget to wash your hands.
Exactly.
Yeah, protect yourself.
Yeah, just protect yourself, guys. Yeah, so because of this whole pandemic, whatever. See you guys in my next video. Have a nice day.
Yeah. Bye.